Hi guys, thanks for tuning in and welcome back to another video. Today on the cards we have a vehicle, a four-wheeled vehicle. First attempt at doing something out on me driveway on film for you guys. It's a van, a Peugeot Expert van with the DV6 engine. We're going to be doing a Cambelt water pump and some front pads today. So we're going to go outside. It's freezing cold outside, it's frosty everywhere. In fact, I can show you right outside of my garden window. It's pretty damn cold. So that's going to be fun. So without further ado, let's get into it. So roll the tape. Right, so here we are, we're outside. This is basically my driveway. Just behind you is where we do pretty much all the video. There's the other side at the garage door. So, yeah, we've got this on the drive today, this Peugeot Expert. Having a little look around. I've got it all up on axle stands already and wheels off. Ready to start the video, but having a little look around. It's very oily, so we've got a blatant, quite obvious oil leak coming from somewhere, which we might have to, it's way too gross to tell where it's coming from, so unless I find somewhere obvious along the way doing the cam belt, I'm going to advise him that we need to clean all that off and see where the oil's coming from. So we're going to, as I always do, start with the small jobs first, work our way to the big ones. Then if you have problems with the big ones, you still got the small jobs left to do at the end of it. So we'll get on with these pads and that'll be the first job. Right, so here we are, all set up. First thing we've got to do is move them in the direction of where we can see a bit better. These are a twin piston sliding caliper, so it's better to use the pad to push the caliper back. So we're going to try and do that first before we undo the slider at the bottom. For this you need your 13mm spanner and normally a really skinny 17. Since I haven't got one, I just use a decent pair of slip joint pliers, which work just fine. You literally just need to hold it anyway, because unless someone's smashed a load of Loctite in it, it's not going to be tight. So next we'll get our screwdriver. I'll just carefully prise against disc. See if we can open up a gap in the pad. So it may be a bit awkward here. I'm trying to do it in a way that you can also see it. There we go. Just ease it back. Don't really want to properly lever on it because you more than likely snap or bend your screwdriver, and you could be pushing on the pad locking up, so you just got to make sure it goes back even and slow. Get back as much as you can. That's pretty much there. Yep. So now we can undo our bolt. Flip the caliper up. If you keep it like this, it saves having to hang it up. Just make sure it doesn't kink over too hard there. I'm going to take these pads down. Like so. you get a wire brush to do these bits. I thought they might be a different design, so I didn't grab it. So I was just going to scrape it with a screwdriver, but these could do a bit of a wire brush, so we'll grab that. Clean these up a bit because they're stainless steel, like shim clips. Clean up really easy. Gotta be gentle with them. Don't want to rip them out of the caliper carrier, because if you bend them, then they're really hard to get back right. Sometimes it's impossible, and most aftermarket pads don't come with new ones, whereas if you buy genuine pads, they do. Right, see if that'll stay up there for a second, because I've got to now run a screwdriver around and just remove this rust. Because we have new pads, we're not changing the discs. This rust flaking off here could cause noises. The sliders are nice and free. So now it's time to put some pads in. Controversial to popular belief, you don't grease the back plates of the pads. They are designed to stick. When the caliper releases, it only releases it. There's only a tiny little bit of spring back from the actual pressure. So in order to get your pads to properly let go of the disc and space away from the disc as you release your foot, they rely a little bit on the corrosion on the surfaces of these pads between the pistons and the back of the caliper, because when they have corroded on a little bit, then it just helps them stick back. You don't want to stick slippery shit on it. Some pads even have a 3M sticky pad that you peel off and you put there, and I've seen people put grease on top of that sticky pad before. It's not how you're supposed to do it. When you're racing, obviously you go through pads so much that we don't even need grease. These are changed so much that there is no grease involved anywhere. You literally just put the pads in. There we go. Stick that bolt in. Wheel on, do the other side. Do the other side off camera. There's no point in showing you twice. And that's it. Right, so here we are at the Cambelt side of things. Yeah, it's a little bit more involved than I remembered. I forgot about all this crap. So basically I'm going to stick you on a time lapse because we need to get down to the belt itself. For anyone watching this as a bit of a how-to guide, the way I'm going to do it is because I've got to do the coolant as well. Ignore that vacuum pipe there. That's an old turbo vacuum pipe. It's actually been replaced, but whoever did it didn't pull the old one out. So yeah, anyway, we're going to drain the coolant because we've got to do the pump anyway, and we need to remove this bottle, at least be able to shift it over here. so we may need the coolant out of it to do that. We're going to remove this to enable us to do that. All these bottles and stuff are going to come out the way, these pipes and bits and pieces. So yeah, if there's any complicated little bits, I'll show you along the way, but in general we're going to time lapse her out, so we'll get on with that one. So now we've removed all that stuff. We're going to have to work around this bit of loom because there is a cable down there. This goes to the alternator, main feed, and the sort of signal from the alternator. Also there's another third wire there that's a sensor between the alternator and the cat, and I can't get it off. It's wrapped in some sort of heat protective thing. It's all cable tied on, cannot get to it. You have to take the alternator off to get to it, so we're going to have to leave that as it is, just work around it. But we're all clear. I did remove the power steering bottle. I've just tucked it down there and removed the bracket with two 10mm here. And then yeah, so now we have support via longitude and jack under there. So next thing, we're going to take off this engine mount, auxiliary belt, crank pulley, and then hopefully the covers can expose the Cambelt. So let's get on with that. Right, that last engine mount that you see me take off, the one with the 4 bolts, the bolt to the side of the engine, that's actually meant to come off after the covers. I had to wiggle it out a bit, so I'm just going to have to remember that when I put it back. So on with the crankshaft bolt, if we can get to it. These little 1/2-inch stubby low power Milwaukee guns are really, really good. I have got the full power one as well, not a very good one, but for general day to day, that thing's so good. That's the pulley off, that stays on, that's part of it. So now we've just got all the cover to remove. Once the cover's off, we'll remove the crank sensor, just so we don't damage it, and then get that belt replaced. Look how nasty it is in there. I think this is a just keep it going for now type of job, type of van, so let's just keep it going for now. Right, so stupidly I forgot to take my camera off of time-lapse for the rest of filming, so the rest of this is buggered up. I'm going to explain what's happening here. Basically, I'm just removing the cover and replacing the belt. We're going to get her all timed up. There's 3 pins for the timing. There's one for the crank, one for the fuel pump, and one for the cam. I'm going to be replacing the belt and the idler and the tensioner and the water pump in a second, all with a new gasket, and you know, cleaning off the gasket as well and all that sort of stuff. The rest of the footage was very dark, and as I've already explained in time lapse, so we're going to completely leave that alone and take this as a bit of a fail, but I'm going to put the rest of the video up anyway, just because it's my first attempt, guys. It's my first attempt. Right guys, that's the end of the video. It got very, very dark on me in the end, pitch black in fact there you go. So I've just got back in from sorting out, tidying up and what have you, so van's all running. I say it's a bit of shit that I ran out of time, didn't manage to actually finish the video properly, but that's the joys of working outside. I did actually get called away for something else for about an hour and a half in between it all, so didn't quite work out, but hey ho, it's my first attempt at a car repair video, so let me know what you think. Thoughts and comments are always appreciated, good and bad and ugly. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe, and I'm sure we'll be able to bring you more content like that, but just better. The more I do, the better I'll get. So yeah, without saying too much more, thank you very much, and I'll catch you in the next one.